Yo, yeah. So, black man, black man, black man. I just want to tell y'all. I just want to talk about economics, economic opportunities for us, man. As black men, man. It's on us, man. It's on us, man. Nobody else is going to help us. I don't know what the black man don't get, and the black woman is not going to co-sign your independence, man. Y'all gotta understand these things. She is not going to co-sign that. She is very comfortable and very cushy scapegoating the fuck out of you motherfuckers. And she can no longer get shit unless she claims her fucking victimhood. But when you do start getting these economic opportunities, I want y'all to know that these women are going to fucking be coming at you in from all different kinds of directions, especially if you're on the five steps. Especially if you're on the five steps, they're going to be coming out of nowhere, and they're going to be pretending like a motherfucker, man. They're going to be pretending. So, they're going to pretending like all that bullshit that they was talking. It wasn't them. It wasn't really them. The media has been fucking promoting their fuckery forever, and they're going to continue to fucking back them up in their fuckery. We need to close ranks quickly. Do not trust none of these hoes. These are fucking paid agents, man. A lot of them. I mean, shit, a lot of them are paid agents, man. I need to understand this shit. This shit is structural. This shit is against our collective best interest to be fucking with these chicken heads. But anyway, black men coming together. I was thinking about how we can one of the things that we can do to come together. I mean, because ultimately we have to be able to disseminate information quickly amongst ourselves while keeping it, amongst ourselves. Because, if these chicks get wind of what we're doing, they're gonna fucking start their fuckery, okay? And you know what their fuckery is. They're gonna try to get their simps and their manginas to motherfucking do some devilishment. So these motherfuckers are our enemies, man, until they wake up, man. There's a lot of, I mean, you can't judge a black man by, the things that he's doing. A lot of them are very intelligent. They just, they're just out there and they're doing these negative things, to survive. But they are conscious. A lot of them are conscious. So you can't assume that. I mean, a lot of them just feel like they don't have no choice, and it's the only way. I mean, they can make any money, and a lot of them are very conscious. Very conscious. You know. But ultimately, I think we should have some goals set for ourselves, and our goals are self-sufficiency. We should not become Americanized. I mean, this society has fucking told us that they don't give a fuck about us. They have fucking shitted on us and pitted our fucking women against us. And if we try to stand up and say anything about it, they have a huge media machine that's pumping out fuckery on a daily basis. Black men do plenty of positive shit. Plenty of positive shit. There's plenty of positive black male organizations. And I mean, you don't even know they exist. A lot of them are operating undercover. You know what I mean? Because they feel like they have to operate, undercover within this society. Because this society is not for them, so they have to operate in the shadows. So ultimately, I think our goal should be self-sufficiency, and that means we need to get some land so we can grow our own fucking food. We don't even we need the land and everything, but we need to start growing our own food. And there's ways to do that. I know a lot of you have been doing research on that, and y'all know about the what is it, hydroponics and all that. This is stuff that we have to take to heart, man. We have to take this stuff to heart. The goal of our community is self-sufficiency. It's not chasing after fucking women. You know, I've even had women tell me, "Fuck your ancestors." You know what I mean? The black women, fuck your ancestors. Cause I tell them, I don't live for fucking women or children. If you have children, you can live for your children, but I live for my ancestors. And I've had a fucking black woman say, "Fuck your ancestors." So this is how they feel about it. They feel that we are their property, that they own us, and we should do what they fucking want to do. We should live by white standards, and they're sitting around saying dumb shit like, "Oh, no man is gonna allow you motherfuckers to fucking build your nation within his house. Y'all need to get with the program. Y'all need to get with the white man's program." I mean, this is a silly shit anyway, because you know that you see how they build Chinatowns and fucking Korea towns and the little Mexican towns or whatever in their own right. So it's not like we can't build our shit right within America. We need to keep our money in our communities, and we need to understand our enemy. If you think that black women are not your enemy, then you sadly mistaken. These women are your enemies. Not all of them, but shit, fucking vast majority, enough of them to make up a fucking majority. There's enough of them that are working against us to make it a majority. So it's just like white people, you know what I mean? You could fucking sit around and say not all of them are racist, but are you gonna go around and try to figure out which ones are racist and which ones are not? Are you gonna take time out of your day or your life to fucking try to figure that out? That's a big fat no. None of you are gonna do that, because it only takes one of them to fuck you over. You don't have time to fucking try to figure out who's the racist ones and who's the good ones. So and the same thing goes for this woman, because she is she is not for y'all, man. It's I mean, she's not for y'all. It's not a big deal. There's other women out there, if that's your interest, if that's what you want, if that's what you care about, come on. There's women all over the world who love black men. That ain't never gonna stop motherfucking happening. As long as you got the biggest dick in the world, ain't nobody. These women are gonna motherfucking flock to that dick. Period. That's why black women are not going anywhere. You think these bitches are going somewhere? Where they gonna go? They ain't going no fucking where. But ultimately, I just want y'all to. I don't want to make it about the black woman, but I want y'all to understand that this woman is not necessarily for you, man, and you don't have time to try to figure out which ones are the good ones, because it only takes. Have you ever tried to tell a black woman what to do? Have you ever tried to tell a black woman what to do? You know, and I could pretty much guarantee that a lot of them have fucked y'all over in that department. I mean, I've noticed a lot of times where you giving these women advice that they could have taken, they could have took it and did the right thing with that advice, but they chose to ignore you because that is the shit that a lot of them do. They'll take that advice you tell them, they'll ignore it, but when their girlfriend comes along, they'll listen to her. She'll come along with the same exact advice, and she'll listen to her girl because she trusts in her girl. She don't trust you, motherfuckers. The black woman doesn't trust us. No matter how sound your advice is, man. I hope black men really get this shit through their heads, man. This is not to uh, make you cringe, or make you or turn you against black women. I don't wish to turn us against black women. I just want us to understand them. I just want us to understand them and understand that what we're going to be able to achieve, with a woman by our side. You know what I mean? And it's not the same amongst women. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to fucking promote no interracial dating shit or none of that, but I'm telling you, you get with these other races of women, and you're gonna fucking figure out, uh, how much more peace you will have in your fucking home. You have a lot more peace of mind. I mean, damn, I didn't make this shit up. I've done my research on a personal level, on a personal level, and I'm sure that many brothers can attest to this. Now, there's always going to be this one brother that's going to jump up to defend the black queen's honor. You know what I mean? The honor that her fucking ass don't deserve. She ain't earned shit. She has not earned no fucking honor. How the fuck when? Where? Where's she earning honor at? The only black woman you need to be trying to get with is a submissive black woman. That's it. You don't need to be trying to fuck with any of these other Shaniqua head bitches. And a lot of them are going to front and say, uh, a lot of them are going to front and be like, yeah, I'm submissive. I ran into women like that, fronting like they were submissive and don't know the damn first thing about submitting. They submit to a point. They submit to, they submit, you know, uh, until they get what the fuck they want. Then that shit goes out the window on your ass. That's what a lot of black men are dealing with, man. I'm thankful that I'm not dealing with that shit, man. Y'all should be thankful that y'all not dealing with that shit, man. If you get lonely or something, just go get with one of these other bitches. I mean, shit. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to find a black woman that is submissive, man. Don't take it from me, man. I mean, you ain't gotta even take it from me. I'm sorry that you just, if you don't want to take it my advice, go out there and date a couple of them. Go out there and date a couple of them, and you gonna fucking find out. But like I said, I'm not even trying to turn this into a black girl argument because I just really want brothers to. Um, I just really want brothers to know, what's going on, who they're for, who's for them and who is against them. And this woman is not for you. But anyway, we have to desperately lay down some foundations for ourselves, man. And that foundation should be based on two things. It should be based on productivity, productivity, and it should be based on damn son, productivity and self-sufficiency. Productivity and self-sufficiency. And we must be able to communicate with each other. We must be able to communicate with each other outside of YouTube and these other venues. We have to be able to uh, communicate with each other. A lot of you, you know, uh, it's going to be hard for a lot of you because a lot of you are in relationships with these women. If you're not in a relationship right now, then you good. You know what I mean? You could do whatever you want to do. You ain't got to worry about nobody fucking you over, man. If you want some companionship, just get a female friend. Get a female friend, man. And if she's fucking real about being a friend to you, then she ain't gonna try to push you to fuck into no kind of relationship. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them are on bullshit. But self-sufficiency. I keep going back to this Black Queen bitch. I'm really shitty at her, but I'm really shitty at black women right now because you know so much information is being disseminated about her bullshit, man, and it's just some shaking my head bullshit. I mean, but like I said, self-sufficiency, brotherhood, and uh, and self-sufficiency, brotherhood, and what else did I say? I don't know. We must be able to. We also must be able to disseminate information to each other. And I've been thinking about how we can go about doing that, and that is, and I think we need to start building up men or male organizations, man. We need a male organization in our community. I mean, they could be small little buildings, but they need to be dedicated to men. They need to be dedicated to men and boys, and they need to be uh, in our own communities. So the men and boys can get there and get the information that they need. You know. So we need to get this information out to all brothers, so brothers could get on the same page. And that's the biggest problem with us as black men is because it's hard to get all of us on the same page. It's hard to get all of us on the same page. I mean, but ultimately we have to think about the fact that you see how black women act and how white men act? You know what I mean? White people act. They act pretty much the same. You know, I mean, when look at when George Zimmerman did that fuck shit to that Trayvon Martin. You know, they just basically killed him, but the white people ran to his motherfucking rescue no matter what. They didn't give a fuck about no fucking training. They don't give a fuck that that was a little kid and that he got shot. They didn't care about that. They ran they ran to his motherfucking rescue. And black women do the same exact shit. They fucking run. I mean, when these motherfucking bitches get out of pocket, or these fucking chicken head committee bitches, these cluck fucks bitches get out of line, these black women do not go and check them motherfuckers. They throw them a pity party. They take them out to the club. You know, they're there I mean, they co-sign each other's fuckery. You know, one of them makes a mistake, they got one of them to back their ass up. You know, they won't check each other on their fuckery, cause really they're all fucked, or they're all fuckers. They're all fuckers, but you know, I'm trying to tell the brothers, please, we gotta stick together, just like them. You know, that's why I mean, I don't approve of fucking drug dealers and fucking doing dumb shit, but I do realize that a lot of men, you know, they're not necessarily stupid. A lot of them are stupid, but a lot of them aren't stupid. A lot of them are just doing that shit because they feel like they have to do that. And, you know, I mean, a lot of them do have to do that. I mean, if they to survive, some of them have to go outside the laws, and that is because there's no black male uh, groups. There's no black male networks. You know, there's no networks in amongst us. I mean, we have networks and stuff, but we have our own networks, but you know, we have our own networks, but uh, it's just not. There's no unity amongst our networks. Like the black woman, like I said, they will co-sign each other's fuckery all every day, all day long. They don't care about, which network. I mean, this one bitch is in, and if this one bitch is a hood rat, and if this one bitch is a college educated, and all that, they run to each other's rescue. I mean, yeah, there are some women who are waking up and they are fucking going against the grain, but pretty much for the most part, you could pretty much predict what they're gonna do. They're going to co-sign each other, no matter what, in most cases. So black men need to take a page from their playbook and do the fucking same thing amongst each other. I tried to I tried to set some standards amongst black men so that we can overcome a lot of the shit that we're going through. And that is to stop selling drugs, stop smoking weed, stop drinking alcohol, stop smoking cigarettes, and stop committing crimes. And we must invest. We must invest in our own networks. If we have our own networks that have money, we can we can we can get, when a brother gets caught up in some shit, we could be there to fucking help him. I mean, a lot of these brothers, they're getting out of jail. I mean, some of these brothers are fucking too far gone and you're not going to be able to help them. But there are brothers who are, they're on the five steps, and I mean, they're coming out of these kind of situations, and a lot of them have, you know, got into these situations because they you know just because they felt like they had no other way, and they went to jail and they seen how that shit was in there, and they really truly honestly want to fucking change their fucking life. And a lot of these brothers are going to get caught right back up in the same system because they don't have networks. The networks that they have are the drug dealers that are back around the way. As soon as they get out, they got that package waiting for them. It's not like us as black men have jobs waiting for them when they get out. We don't have jobs. A lot of them come out of jail. They a lot of them come out of jail. They try to do the right thing. They filling out applications and shit. A lot of them are really fucking trying. But, somehow the only network that they have after they get turned down for 1,000 times because they got a felony on their records, you know, they turn back to the drug game or or whatever game they were playing before they got locked up. They got to rob a house. A lot of them are doing this shit for women. A lot of them are doing this shit for women because they'll be with a woman and she'll start fucking with his head and telling him he ain't shit, and And then he'll get sick and tired of the fucking game and he'll get him a package. Like, hey, fuck this shit. I gotta get away from this bitch for she drive me out of my fucking head, drive me out of my mind. I gotta get some money. I gotta fucking eat. These motherfuckers are not giving me no jobs, you know. And I think we should tackle certain things that certain problems that black males face. And one of the biggest ones is child support. A lot of brothers are going to jail for child support. You know what I mean? And this is a problem we have to tackle. We cannot sit around with our heads in the sand. You know what I mean? And it's not, there's plenty of things that we can do about that, man. We just need to pool our fucking money together, man. Pool our fucking money together, create networks. I mean, not, the hugest difference between us and all the other groups that are out here talking this rhetoric is that we must back our rhetoric up with fucking actual finances. And there are plenty of groups that are doing this, but we need to do this on a collective level. Collectively. I mean, if you know, if you can't at least put in some money, then you could still get on the 5 steps. If you're on the 5 steps, there really should be no way that you can't invest. But it's gonna take sacrifice. It's gonna take sacrifice. Like if you could sacrifice money for cigarettes, then you could sacrifice money to create your networks. You know, if you can sacrifice money for weed, how much money do you spend on weed? Just say you took, the average person probably spends about maybe $200 a month or more on weed. That's you could just take half of that and invest with the brothers for an entire year. This is not something that needs to be talked about. This is something that we need to actually do. We cannot we cannot sit around and just simply, you know, do nothing. And this is not for everyone. You don't have to have like the whole black community, the whole of black men doing this. All we really need for now is 20,000 people. 20,000 people is enough. If 20,000 people invest, $100 per month for an entire year, that's $24 million, and that is enough for us to build some businesses. Then it doesn't mean you still gonna need to forego the short-term benefits. You know, we're still going to need to forego the short-term benefits. That means we're going to have to build businesses and we're going to have to make those businesses successful. You know, we're going to have to work at those businesses. We're going to have to get our skills up. One thing that I want to build is a school. We need to build a trade school. We have to build a trade school because we're going to be building our own businesses. We want to be able to give that money to each other. We want to give that business to each other. We have to build this trade school. And I don't want to go into all the details of how it operates on the video, but trust me, if we do this, we will be set. You know, we do this, we will be set. You know, and all the other shit. If you're not selling drugs, if you're not, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, and smoking cigarettes, then there's no way that you can at least come up with $100 a month. Because those are basically coping mechanisms, and that is what the black man is doing. He's coping. He's using his crutches to cope. his way out of shit. You know, ultimately, the shit is not good for your health either. You know, you got to think about all the families that that shit has destroyed. All the families that alcohol has destroyed, man. It destroyed my fucking family. My sister died because when she was 9 years old from a drunk driver, a person who was drunk, a drunk driver. He ran into my mother's car, killed my sister, and me and my sister were very close, you know. But ultimately, I mean, we have to do this, man. There's no time for talking. There's no time for discussion, man. We have been discussing shit for the past 40 years. We have to build a trade school. I mean, that's a must. We have to build a trade school for us. That way, when we opening up our businesses, we know where to go to get the fucking skilled labor. Where we gonna get the skilled labor from? Our schools, you know. And I mean, basically, the school, we can teach brothers for free. Brothers can get their, I mean, any brother who is within our organization will get their skills for free. The teachers will get paid, but we won't have to pay for our actual skills. What we'll be doing is volunteering. We'll volunteer at our other businesses, and that is how we pay for our schooling. We'll volunteer at business 2 hours a day, between 2 and 4 hours a day. Slavery got us into this, and volunteerism is the only thing that's going to get us out of it. We have to volunteer, you know. We have to volunteer, so uh hold on. You know, basically we have our trade school, you know, we're gonna be, we need to get into this real estate market. I need you I mean if y'all already heard of what his name is, I think it's Jay Morrison. If y'all already heard of Jay Morrison, man, I'm telling you, I mean, go check out his videos. He gives a lot of information away about business, about real estate. We can get into this real estate market. You know, I want y'all to think about this. There are a lot of black men out there who have like good business ideas. They have inventions and all kinds of stuff, man. They have we This has to be an organization for men. I mean, please don't fucking bring the black woman into this, man. This is something that we have to do for ourselves, man. This is something that we have to do for ourselves. That way nobody can fucking take it from us, and nobody can say, oh, without the black woman, y'all wouldn't have had this, or y'all wouldn't have had that, you know. That's gonna be their fucking shtick. Once y'all get your shit together, they're good. I mean, when you guys are getting your shit together, trust me, these women are gonna be, if they're gonna either be trying, they're gonna be trying to undermine you in some kind of way. If they can't motherfucking get your shit, if they can't fucking get what you have, your resources, your money, they're gonna fucking try to defame you like they've always done to us. They're gonna fucking try to defame you, motherfucker. They're gonna say, oh yeah, without the black woman, see, the black woman put up most of that money. Because I was lending my man money so he could pay his dues, so he could pay pay his dues. So shit, basically, if it wasn't for me, I wouldn't. These motherfuckers wouldn't have had shit. Then they're gonna get together and be talking that phony shit. You don't want motherfuckers. You don't want nobody in this shit except black men. Black women can come in later. Some black women can come in later to, help facilitate whatever we build. But, you know, ultimately, you don't want to build anything with black women. You don't want to build anything with them. You want to maintain that control amongst the brothers, man. We can take, at if we have 20,000 brothers, man, 20,000 brothers who invest $100 per month. $100 per month. That's $24 million. We can take 3 or 4 million out, or put 3 or 4 million to the side, and invest that money strictly for fucking child support. We're not gonna just give it to motherfuckers for child support. We're going to invest that money, and the profits from that money will go towards child support. So to go towards helping brothers pay off their child support, you know, which it just say we buy a business, or buy a company or whatever, and whatever the profits from that business will be used to help brothers pay off their child support. We can build up when you got tens of thousands, when you got 24,000, when you got 20,000 brothers, on the same page, there's nothing you can't achieve. Just say one of us owned a company. One of us started a company, and that brother already has 20,000 brothers that is there to back him up. You know, it's like, say, 20. Let's say 10,000 of them go on his website and give him some positive feedback, and then you say you got 20,000 black men sharing. You got 20,000 black men sharing his product or service all over the internet. You know, when you get this amount of brothers on the same page, you really gonna have something going on. You know, I want us to build. We have to build this shit, man. We have to build it now, because basically anybody can listen to these videos and steal our ideas and take them for themselves, and which that's what the devil does. He cannot do anything by himself. He steals, and then he claims it for himself, which is a smart move. It's a smart move. It's a smart move. You can't fucking, in a competitive world, you cannot blame a motherfucker for taking your shit and claiming it for themselves, you know, and using his fucking media machine to use disinformation, you know, to fucking basically either make you look like a fucking total incomplete fool, or they fucking take you out. This is how they operate, you know. So, but one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Allow we cannot stop. We have to do this shit, and it has to be done through volunteerism. That's the only way the black man is gonna get his name back. We have to go out into the communities and build some goodwill in our communities. Because basically, and I don't mean a couple of brothers going out there and building some goodwill. I mean thousands of brothers going out there and building some goodwill. We're gonna see if the media promotes that. We're gonna see if the media shows up to record that. Because they're gonna show up to record you motherfuckers shooting each other. Excuse my language. They're gonna show up to record black men getting in all kinds of trouble. But are they gonna show up when they see hundreds of black men going throughout their communities and doing volunteer work? volunteering, knocking on some lady's door, and knocking on somebody's door, offering to cut their grass. We're here to volunteer. I mean, we all have the same T-shirts on or whatever, and we're all there to volunteer. We'll cut your grass. I mean, you don't have to enter anybody's house. If you got professional skills, that's even better because you can use those skills to build goodwill. The black man's image has been tarnished. I mean, literally decimated, and they were doing this shit for a reason because they know that if the black man ever steps up and does the right thing, they have all kinds of evidence that the black man ain't shit and he is not to be fucking trusted under no circumstance should he be trusted. They got your image. This is why the media is so fucking important. We need our own media. We don't need them to show up on the scene and fucking record our shit anyway. Because we need to have our cameras on us at all times. You know, if five black men are walking down the street, they call that a gang. They call that a gang. I mean, it could be five dudes who just got off basketball practice, and they're gonna say that's a gang. This is why it's very important that we take back our fucking image. We have to take back our image from these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are in control of our image, and they're going to keep pumping out bullshit on the black man. They have they have they have whole departments that are strictly dedicated to black male fuckery. If they can't get it locally, they'll go statewide. If they can't go statewide, they'll go nationally. If they can't do it nationally, they'll do internationally. If they can't do it internationally, they'll motherfucking go in the archives and find some shit to fucking plaster up across the screen with the black man. This shit could have happened months ago, and these motherfuckers will be find a way to spin the story to make it news again. Oh, this black man, he's getting out of jail. You remember that one black man who did this? Yeah, he's getting out of jail on such and such and such a date. Or his sentencing, this is how much they sentence him to. This is what they do. So, and the only way that the black man is going to take his image back is to go out there in droves and do some goodwill in his community. There's plenty of empty lots that we can be cleaning up and converting those lots into in converting those lots into uh like gardens and stuff. We can be growing food on those on a lot of those spots. A lot of people own these properties, and they don't have any money to do anything with them. We go in there, we offer them some money for that land, and we do that. We do what we got to do on that land. You know, we need to grow. It's about self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency means taking your money out of other people's hands and keeping it in your hands as much as possible. You know, if we're gonna have our own trade school, then we're gonna also need our own uh, stores where stores like Home Depot or Lowe's. We're gonna need our own stores like that. Where we keep our construction materials, where people are coming to us and buying from us because we have the shit in stock. You know, there's a lot of times when black men are trying to get their shit together, and a lot of these companies will pretend like they don't have this or that in stock, and they'll be like, oh, you have to wait 2 to 3 weeks for this to come in when they know they have that shit in the back. You know, they have that shit in the back. They just ain't trying to sell it to you. See, a lot of these motherfuckers do that shit, man. And this is something that we can't stand for. We need to have our own construction materials. And just think, for instance, if we go out there and we buy a house, we have thousands of volunteers who can work on that house. Hundreds or thousands of volunteers who can work on that house. How fast do you think we can get that house done? And how fast do you think we can get that house done? Super fast. I mean, there was a show on TV. I don't remember the name of the show, but it was a show on TV where it was with that host Ty Pendleton, and they would go around the people's houses and they would fix those houses up, and they would have hundreds of volunteers, uh, and they would literally they would flip those houses in days. Those persons would they would send those people on a vacation or something like that, send them to Disney World, send them somewhere where they can have a vacation or whatever, and them people come back 3 days later, and that house would be immaculate. You know, a lot. Also, the thing is, if we have brothers volunteering, it cuts down on the labor costs. It eliminates the labor costs, eliminates it. So that means we can be putting better shit into these houses. We can be putting better light fixtures, better. We can spend a little extra money on the good shit to fix these houses up to make them more attractive to buyers because we're not spending all that money on labor costs. Everyone knows that it's not the products that cost the money, it's the labor. The labor is what costs so much money. And who can compete with you when you have hundreds and thousands of volunteers? What business can compete with that? So since people can't, some people will get mad that some people will get mad that they can't compete with that, and other white people will be like, damn, well, shit, I need to fucking actually be using these motherfuckers. I need to actually pay them because these motherfuckers are cheaper than the Mexicans, and they're gonna flip my motherfucker. They're gonna flip my fucking house so fast, it's gonna be insane. Now, who you think they're gonna go with? Who do you think they're gonna go with? They cannot compete with volunteerism. Okay, there's nothing stopping us from volunteering in a house. You volunteer. You're not necessarily volunteering because basically what you're doing is you're paying for your education through volunteerism. So you learn some shit in class, you actually go out into the real world, hands-on experience into a home, and you learn how to actually, and you do the shit right then and there, and you get your skill level up. Think about commercial real estate. How fast we can go into a commercial real estate outlet and get the job done. People are going to be throwing, I told y'all, people are going to be throwing money at you if we do this. They're going to be trying to throw money at you, you know. Now, if we got 20,000 brothers to do this, they invest $100 a month for an entire year. That's it. Once we set this shit in motion, we do not let nobody stop us. We keep moving forward. We do what, we hire lawyers, we get our lawyers together, and we move forward. I mean, I know that Dr. Boyce Watkins, he has some type of school, or he has some type of thing where he connects black people with other black people in different related fields. Like he can, like if you need a lawyer for something, or you need a doctor for something, or if you need any kind of person, a black person to do a certain thing, he can find a person who is in that field. So that's something we can be utilizing. But if we do this shit for an entire year, we will be unstoppable. Now, 20,000 black men do this for the first year. Then, I mean, it's not like we can't bring in other brothers, and it's not like I mean, it's not like we only have to invest $100. If you can invest $200, invest 200. If you can invest 300, invest three. If you can invest 1,000, invest 1,000. Just invest as much as you can, but let the minimum be $100. That way, some people might not be able to make their $100 minimum, but they can do something. And if another brother is investing 200, his 200 can kind of cover the cost of that person's 100, so we can maintain the amount of money that we need. And we have to get brothers on board, in the way that we protect our money, so all of us is comfortable. The way we protect our money is to put it into an escrow account. And if you know anything about an escrow account is an account that none of us can touch. None of us can touch this account, until we all agree. We all agree that this is what we're going to do with the money. We're going to allocate this amount of money to this. We're going to allocate this much money to land, having land. Then we have brothers. We allocate this much money to putting trailers on that land, so brothers can actually go out there and till the land. Or we're going to put this much money into machinery. We're going to put this much money into businesses. We're going to put this much money into our organization. you know. And what we need is a central location in our communities that is dedicated to the brothers, to black men, because nobody else is fighting for us, man. Nobody else is fighting for us, man. Nobody else is fighting for us. But what I was saying is, if you have 20,000 brothers do this, those 20 and a lot of brothers are going to want to join because they're going to see actual tangible results. It's not like you're walking up to somebody and being like, hey, join this organization. We're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. When they see actual tangible results, they want to get down with it because they see you making moves. They see y'all out there. I mean, they see us out there working on actual building. They see us building shit. They see us, you know, over here starting these businesses. They see us. This is why the church is so successful. This is why the church is so successful because one, they're getting money every week from the tithe. They have a network. They have an investment group. They have that money coming in from the tithe, and they can build a super mega church. And the thing that makes them so successful though is that they have actual tangibles. Like if a person is hungry, they know that they can go to the church and get food from that church. You know, they know that they can get food from that church. So that's what makes the church so popular, you know. And that's what we need as black men. We need our own organization that has actual tangibles. Like we said, like I said, we can put a certain portion of that money into uh helping brothers uh pay off their child support, you know. We could just, I mean, we'll put that money into a certain business, you know, and the profits from that business will go or we could put it into a certain number of businesses. And the profits from those businesses will strictly go towards, it's kind of like a non-profit. Those profits will go towards helping brothers pay off their child support. So this way, we keeping black men out of jail and we're making them productive. And then you can actually bring brothers into your organization because they see that you have tangibles. They see that you're helping other black men. They're like, damn, I need to get down with them. I need to get down with them. Or, a lot of brothers have money that they can invest. And they say, well, shit, I'm going to, a lot of women have money that they want to invest. But ultimately, during the foundational stages of this, we want to build this foundation for us as black men. We want to build a foundation for us. You know, no one else can come. I mean, no one else can take can take responsibility for what we've built. This is something that we must do. So we have 20,000 brothers, and just say those 20,000 brothers just brung in one person, one person into our organization. We have now grown our organization to 40,000 brothers. And if those 40,000 brothers bring in just one brother, that will be 80,000 brothers. So it's not a problem of of building the organization. Now, when those new brothers come in, they're going to have to they're going to have to go through the same exact process that we went through, which means they're going to have to be on the 5 steps. They're going to have to invest. A brother doesn't have to invest to be in the organization, but if he wants to reap the benefits of that organization, he has to he has to uh, be on the he has to invest. Excuse me. So, this is how we systematically, you know, tackle a whole lot of our problems. Like I said, we buy some land. We buy some land. I mean, there's some land somewhere in Brazil. It's like 960 acres, and it's only like $3 million or $4 million. And we don't even have to be there to. I mean, this is fertile land, and we don't even have to actually be there on site to actually be growing the food and stuff like that. We can actually hire these Brazilian. I don't know if it's in Brazil. It's not in Brazil. It's in not the name of that country. Barbados. I think it's Barbados. Yeah, but there's websites on the internet where you can buy huge tracts of land. And this is what we need to do. We need to buy huge tracts of land. And we need to grow our own food on our own land. You know, once we're grown, and there's a black man already doing this, and he's doing it. He's growing 1 million pounds of food on 3 acres of land. 3 acres of land, he's growing 1 million pounds of food on 3 acres, you know. So this is something that we can take a page from his playbook. And he goes around the country teaching people how to do the same thing. So we can get with this brother and we could have him help us, you know, on our land. And when you have all this food coming in, you have all this food coming in, you can uh we can start opening up our own restaurants. You have food coming in, you can open up your own restaurants. We can hire some chefs, some black chefs. There's plenty of chefs that are black, and we can have him design a meal. Design a menu that is conducive to our health, you know, and we can start opening up our own restaurants. And when you have dedicated brothers, of course, those brothers are going to frequent those restaurants. They're going to go to your restaurants and spend their money at your restaurants because they know that you are, because they know that you're for them. And then we build, uh, then we're going to need insurance companies. There's already black insurance companies, but, we can build our own insurance companies. Obviously, we're going to have all this real estate, so we're going to need insurance companies. So you're going to be providing more jobs right there. You know, then we're going to need logistics, people who are responsible for logistics. You know, which means more jobs for us that we're building for us. You know, it doesn't mean I mean it's all about putting the word out there and keeping that money in your community. And it's all about, if our goal is self-sufficiency, brotherhood, you know, we have to forego the short-term benefits. This is why I tell black men, instead of buying rims, you could have you could have a house and 3 or 4 cars with rims on it. You know, there's all kinds of businesses we can start. I mean, we can start we're gonna need our own malls. Obviously, we're gonna need our own malls. I mean, all we have to do is take, it's kind of like a flea market, but just imagine you build a sort of like a flea market, but build that shit with make it look kind of like Walmart. So all the different sections they have in Walmart, each of those sections will be owned by one of us. So you have one person will own, I mean, one of us or several of us will own the clothing part of it, will own the clothing part. Then another one of us might own the perfume part. Then another one of us might own, I mean, they'll be in there selling food or something like that. And then another brother will be in there selling, like home goods, home items. Even if, I mean, even if we have to be more self-sufficient. I mean, the goal is self-sufficiency, and nothing gets more self-sufficient than food, than having your own food. Black men desperately need their own food. They need their own organizations. If we're going to have all these brothers, we're going to need apartment buildings. And these brothers, if once they're while they're going to school, they're gonna have apartments where they go to school at. I mean, apartments where they live. So the brothers get together. They're all on the same page. We have apartment buildings for them. Apartments. That way they're self-sufficient. Self-sufficiency. They don't have to rely on no woman. They don't have to a lot of these brothers are laying up in these women's houses, and these women are treating them like total and utter children. They're disrespecting these brothers at every turn, you know, and there's nothing that these brothers can do about it except sit there and laugh it off and, pretend like, it's just no big deal. We can't have that. I mean, then, you know, we also I also wanted to build something called student government. This is a school for us, and it's called student government. It's a school for young boys, basically. A school for young boys. It can be a school for young girls too. but it's basically a school for young boys, and it teaches them. I prefer that boys learn separately from girls. I don't think they should be in the same classroom. I mean, learning together. They can come together after class is over or be in some type of like during recess or during gym or during uh like school functions, they can be together. But as far as learning, boys learn differently than girls. And I mean, this has been proven. And honestly, boys should be learning amongst themselves. They should be learning skills, you know. But basically, this student government thing that we're doing, it's like made a school for basically boys, and but these boys actually have funding behind them, so they basically can do things in the real world. So basically, these students, they say, what we want to do is we want to be. They'll be learning the same exact process that we are going to be learning, which is self-sufficiency. So, but they're going to have actual money. So if they say we want to build we have this amount of money as students, we want to build this. We want to build a playground for our school or something like that. Or, we want to build our own business. We want to build a business that's just for them, you know. And then basically we build it. We build it for them. So basically, we're basically teaching them skills that work in the real world. And they basically are going to be making their own decisions. So if they want to build them an amusement park or whatever it is that these children, these young adults, I shouldn't call them children, but these whatever these young adults want to build, you know, they're going to be allowed to do that. But they're going to have to be able to manage money. They're going to have to know all these things before they build anything. And basically, we're going to be the ones who actually build these businesses and operate these businesses. And when these kids get old enough to actually come into these businesses and take over these businesses, it's already going to be set up for them. So they're going to have jobs waiting for them, you know. So another thing we can do when we're on our land, we need to buy huge tracts of land, fertile land, preferably with nice a nice water source on that land, But if you go look at these videos about I think it's hydroponics or whatever, I think that's the term. If y'all go look at these videos, y'all gonna see that uh, a lot of these you're gonna see how we can do this, how we can start growing our own food and stuff. And being that we're going to be, self-sufficient, being that we're going to be self-sufficient, you know, this is something that we can incorporate into the homes that we build. I mean, the homes that we're, building. We can use solar, we can use, like I said, we're going to be able, if we have the labor force, the free labor force or volunteer labor force, we're going to be able to put more high-end finishes inside these houses, which ultimately enables us to outcompete a lot of these companies, a lot of them. And since, we have a brotherhood, like when one brother wants to buy a house, who you think he's going to buy that house from? He's going to buy one of the houses that he's going to keep his money within the brotherhood. He's going to fucking find him a house that one of us owns or the organization owns. And it's not to say that brothers can't branch out and do their own thing. It's all about having a network that they can rely on. It's like, say a brother says, "Oh, I want to branch off. I've made all this money with the brotherhood. Now I want to branch off and do something else totally. I want to take my profits and I want to branch off and do my own thing. He can do his own thing, but if he ever gets caught up in a situation or something, he still has the brotherhood. He still has connections. He still has a network that he can fall back on, if something happens, you know. So this is very important for us. But, like I said, we need huge tracts of land, and on this land we can be growing our own food, we can be building our own homes, we can basically turn this into our own resort community where black people come and they visit this community and they see how, we can have all kinds of activities. We can have the children come there for summer camps where we teach them survival skills. This is the thing that I want us to be building upon. These are the things I want us to be building upon because, you know, ultimately it's all about us. Nobody is going to save us, black men. Nobody else, I mean, no, nobody else is going to save us. Black men got to realize that we, you know, we got to give up the king mentality. We got to give up the king mentality, which is every black man is very uh uh you know self-centered as far as a lot of black men, they want to be the king. Most black men, I would say, they want to be the king. They want to be the one who comes up with the ultimate idea, that or he wants to be the one who I didn't even come up with a lot of these ideas. I took these ideas from other people. Like I said, the show with the Ty Pendleton, where they used to be like, move that bus, move that bus, move that bus, and they move the bus, and it'd be like a brand new house there. And I took that idea from them because I said, what if black people can do that? I mean, what if black men did that? You know what I mean? And I've always been into real estate. So, and I know I watch a lot of real estate shows. So you already know, the kind of money that you can make from these real estate shows. I mean, push come to shove, one of us, I mean, a group of us can live in the house. So it's not like these houses are just, they're gonna real estate does not lose its value, you know. Real estate does not lose the majority of its value. It just rarely ever does. Rarely ever does lose all of its value. People always need a place to live. As long as people need places to live, real estate is just period. I mean, real estate is, the highest. I mean, the if it, when it comes to money, it's either you own your own business or you're into real estate. Period. You own your own business, which actually produces products or services that people want, or you're providing for homes. Now, cars, they're a depreciating asset. Real estate goes up in value, you know. And when you have a community that is dedicated, that house is going to get bought because it can be bought by one of us. One of us can buy that house. If push come to shove, a bunch of us can live in that house while we're working at these businesses that we own. We're making all this money. We're paying off the rent from, I mean, the mortgage or whatever from the house or whatever. We own the house, so there's no mortgage on it. But we're paying off the bills, the light bills, cable, whatever. We own these homes outright. So, it's all about buying these homes correctly. We have to buy these homes correctly, you know. But this is something that black men, we have to do. I'm ready to make moves. I'm sick and tired of black men being fucking shafted by the system. You don't rely on nobody. We cannot rely on banks. We cannot rely on white people. We cannot rely on anybody. We have to take our own image back. And the only way to do that is to work together. We take our image back. We got to go out there in droves. And that's how we get the you know we get the people on our side by going out into the community. Like just say black men have all kinds of skills. So, some of us know how to cut hair. You know, one of us, that can be how we volunteer. We just cut some heads. Cut, us as black men, we have to have our hair cut. We have to have haircuts, right? So that is how you can use that skill to volunteer with other brothers. So you just take 2 hours out of your day and you cut hairs, or 2 to 4 hours out your day. We have to be dedicated. We have to volunteer. And since a lot of us are not doing shit all day, but sitting around chilling, you know, that can be time that we're spending together. Like even if we're working on a house, we got that brotherhood. We got that brotherhood. We're in the house. It doesn't even seem like work because you're together. You're with brothers. Y'all sitting around. Y'all laughing. Y'all dealing with deep subject matters. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, but y'all working together, so it doesn't even seem like it is like y'all doing any work because y'all all on the same page. Y'all all of one accord. You know, and basically that accord is stop selling drugs. Stop smoking weed. Stop smoking cigarettes. Stop drinking alcohol. And stop committing crimes. Also, be loyal. Be loyal to the woman that you have in your life, man. That's very important, man. Be loyal, you know. Be loyal to that woman. And it must be consequences behind that. So you can actually lose your position in the organization if you do not live accordingly, you know. That's what keeps men in line. That's what keeps men from doing certain shit because they know that they have something to lose. They can lose their position within the organization, and that's something that they don't want. They're not going to risk getting their dick wet. I mean, they're not going to risk losing their position just to get their dick wet. You know what I mean? And you have to be very careful because a lot of these women will try to get you caught up. They will send women at you to see if you fall into that trap. And then they'll come back and they'll snitch on you to the organization. They'll say, look, I got him, we got evidence, caught him cheating. Y'all need to do something about him. See, this is very important. But you should not be cheating on your women in the first place. This is why black women are rogue and all over the fucking place right now, is because a lot of black men can't keep it in their pants. This is not about simping. This is not about simping or caping for fucking black women because you already know I'm not on that shit. This is about being a certain kind of individual that only we can be. This is about being the best you can be. First of all, nobody's telling you to get into a relationship. You know, nobody's telling you to get into a relationship. But if you do get into relationships, if you do get married, make sure you be loyal to that woman. I mean, if you can't be loyal to your own family, who can you be loyal to? You can't expect somebody to think that you'll be loyal to the organization when you cannot even be loyal to your own fucking woman that has your children, that loves you and cares about you. I mean, how does that work? That's why I say that that's a very important element that we need to put into our community because, we have to have checks and balances in our community. Plus, you know, that makes you way more attractive to women. If women know that these brothers over here cannot cheat over here. Look at these brothers right here. They cannot cheat, or else they could lose their fucking position in their organization. You know, they will be shunned. Brothers will be brothers will not talk to them no more. They will be excommunicated. Excommunicated. That means brothers will not even speak with them anymore. So now the woman feels more comfortable because she feels like, hey, you know, this motherfucker right here, he can't fucking cheat on me. Thank God. Now she doesn't have to worry about when you say you're going to leave the house and you're going to work on some project, or you're going to be gone for 10 days over here in this part of town. You know, it's called the moral code. The woman has to know that you are doing exactly what it is that you said you're going to do. You know, if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to live by that rule, don't get in a relationship. It's that simple. You don't get in a relationship at all. Then you can sleep with all the women that you want to. Then the women are going to be saying, "Well, I need to." Then you're in competition. I mean, the women are in competition for you instead of the other way around. We can stop competing for women and let them compete for us. You know, now they're competing for us because they know that these brothers right here have to be loyal. You know, another the last thing, the last part of the moral code is uh to forego the short-term benefits. Like I said, there's going to be all kind of money that's going to be thrown at you. Do not become corrupted by that. Do not be attempted to become Americanized, because this is what they're going to do to you. They're going to see you getting your shit together, and they're going to be trying to throw money at you left and right, but they're going to want some concessions on that money. They're going to want you to fucking do some things that you should not do. Some of them may are going to do that. Definitely going to do that. But it's on you to be loyal and do not become corrupted. You're going to be tempted to go out there and want to buy some rims for your car because you got to look good for the ladies. We got to break this fucking cycle, man. Black men, we have to break the cycle, you know? And you're not going to break the cycle by uh, you're not going to break the cycle by living living in the same manner that you've been living. We've always been catering to these women. We've always been chasing them. But you have to make yourself more attractive. Now they have to chase you. So do not become corrupted. You know, like I said, a lot of brothers are gonna want to join the organization. They're gonna want to reap the benefits, and then they're gonna want to become Americanized again. They're gonna want to go back to, uh, you know, being American again. But when you do this thing, these women start to view themselves differently because they're like, damn, I need to, if I'm gonna get with one of these brothers, I'm gonna have to get my fucking self in shape because they're just not fucking with they're not fucking with fat bitches. I see all the women that they are getting, and they're not fucking with these fucking fat women. They're gonna switch their shit up. As soon as y'all get y'all shit together, trust me. But anyway, black man, please, uh, it's time to go. It's time to go right now, this second. There's no thinking about it. There's no thinking about it. We got to go right now. And y'all need to share this video and as much with other brothers if you can. I mean, share this video with other brothers, but do not share this video with black women. Because trust me, they're going to try to undermine us. They're going to be like, no, you don't need to do that. You the king. The kings don't do shit like that. Kings don't work together with other black men. See, they're losing their black men. These women are losing black men. And now they're trying to act like they're going their own way as if it was their choice. They're trying to pretend like it was their choice to go their own way. I mean, the ones who are fronting like they're going their own way, they're acting like that was their choice. This is not that wasn't their choice. They basically, black men were not checking for them. So now they're jumping up talking about we're going our own way, which is a fucking farce. Okay, black women going their own way. I mean, shit, if they want to go their own way, cool. I mean, I don't have no problem with that. But what you have to understand is these women are going to fucking try to corrupt you at every fucking step. They are fucking agents. And a lot of them are on some black power shit. They're on some fucking consciousness movement shit. You know what I mean? A lot of them are just corrupt, man. And they will say, I mean, they're masters at manipulating. If a bitch, they go to school for psychology, who do you think they're practicing that shit on? Your fucking sons. They're practicing that shit on your sons. You know? You know? Nobody is gonna do this shit for us. Nobody's gonna do this for us, black man. I'm telling you, man. Let's do this shit together. Let's do it together. And I mean, the time is now. I mean, literally, do not fucking. I mean, go when this video is over. Go to the page. Go to the page, man. I'm setting up this page. So I'm setting up this page so we can actually. Uh, I'm setting up this page so we can actually put the money together. This is an escrow account that I've set up so we can actually start raising the money. Please be on the 5 steps and be loyal and be living out this life. If you have skills, I'm going to build a website as well. I know how to build websites too. I mean, if anybody needs a website built or needs to know anything about building websites, then just contact me and ask me any questions. You know, another thing that I want black men to do is, start learning stuff because we're gonna need to be organized. When we get this money up, we're gonna need to be able to hit the ground running. We're gonna need to be able to hit the ground running. So I want y'all to, go down to your library. I mean, if you don't have any skills, go down to your library and learn everything you can about sales, marketing, and sales, marketing, and sales psychology, advertising, any kind of anything like that. Learn everything you can about that because basically, sales is the highest paid profession. Salesmen make more money than any other profession. I don't care if you're a doctor, lawyer, anything. Salesmen make more money than all of them. No one makes more money than a top-notch salesman. So you need to learn how to sell. You black man needs to learn. And what y'all can do is, if you have like a CD player or whatever, or if you have a computer at home, what you can do is you can take you can get these audio books. Get these audio books, man. Learn everything you can. I mean, you can literally be on YouTube and learning this stuff. There's plenty of videos. I mean, and each day you're gonna get smarter and smarter. you're gonna learn something each day. You're gonna learn a different technique. You're gonna learn something new that you didn't know, and you're gonna feel good about yourself because you're learning. You know, and these are skills that we need. We need sales skills. Like we said, if we're owning homes, we're gonna need people who can sell those homes, right? You're gonna need salesmen. You know, top-notch salesmen. You're going to need to understand how to handle rebuttals. I mean, you're going to need rebuttals, how to handle rejection. You're going to need to learn these skills. A black man knows how to handle rejection like a motherfucker because he has been rejected so much his whole entire life. So it should come easy for us. You know, being rejected. You know, I definitely want to build this organization with black men because like I said, we're the only ones that are going to help each other. Now, every brother is not going to be able to get involved at the same time, but at least he knows that his money is growing. He's always going to maintain his. I mean, everyone is going to split the money evenly. The money is going to be split evenly, and you don't have to worry about your money because it's going to be in an escrow account. Like if you ever feel like you don't trust the situation or anything, you can always get your money out. You can just, you can take your money out and that'll be that. I mean, if you want to go in a different direction or whatever it is that you want to do, you can always take your money back out. You know, that's very important. That way, all the brothers will feel secure, and this money is in an escrow account, meaning no one can touch this money unless we all agree on that. We all agree on what we're going to do. So a lot of you can be putting in, like, we can have some type of requisition form and or proposals. You can learn about putting together proposals. You propose, hey, I see there's a house over here and it's beat up, and we got enough brothers in this community where we got 100 brothers in this one community where we can go over there, we can get this house, we can knock it out, and we can sell it. If you guys are out there and you're building goodwill in your communities, then people know that these brothers right here are okay. We need to, I mean, we can do business with them. These brothers aren't that fucking bad as bad as I thought they were. So a lot of people, I mean, you can be putting a lot of these people in homes, giving, helping them get their first home. We own the property, so it's not like we're gonna make the deal fair for them. You know, we can make these deals fair for them. We can also make, very favorable uh, deals for other brothers that are in our organization. You know, but ultimately, do not tell any women that what you're doing, because a lot of them are not going to co-sign your independence. They're not going to co-sign it unless they can benefit from it. Y'all need to understand the female species if you don't know. They're not going to co-sign your shit unless they're reaping the benefits from that shit. If there's something that you're doing that they're not reaping the benefits from, they're not going to fucking suggest you do it unless they're in your family or something like that. You just trust me on it. But I hope that y'all brothers understand this. Do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. You know, get on the 5 steps so you can make sure you have the money. Then make sure that you invest every month, $100 per month. And you share this video with every brother. I mean, share these videos, make your own videos. Share this information with other brothers and get them on the same page. There's a lot of brothers that are already on the same page. They're just waiting for y'all to step up to the plate and you know for us to have a direction, a certain direction that we're gonna go in. They're looking for direction. I mean, look how many people that are just. I mean, there's so many people that are just wandering around. I mean, look out in the black community. These brothers are just wandering around. They're just wandering around. I mean, they have no direction, and nobody stepping up to the plate and saying, "Hey, brother, I got these opportunities for you." They want to step up with kind words. I mean, kind words don't move anything. Kind words are not gonna move the needle. You know, you have to step to the plate with tangibles. We can take donations from people. We can do all kinds of things. So I'm setting up this account. I'm setting up this account. It's gonna be in the description area. I mean, it's an escrow account, meaning I can't even touch it. I can't touch it. So any brother who donates, they automatically have a vote. And when we build this website, we'll have that vote. Brothers can vote. They can just say, well, this is, they vote on things. This is what, we want to do. You guys can put in proposals. You can say, well, there's a house over here, or there's a business over here, or there's a lot of businesses that are going out of. I mean, there's a lot of businesses that are going out of business, and they're selling everything in the fucking store because they can no longer maintain the rent. And that's where you brothers come in. You can step up to the plate, offer them a wholesale price for everything. Like, hey, I give you 10,000 for all of this stuff. 10,000 for all of it. Then you going in there, you got you got all kinds of products to sell. Then you can put in for that money. You can say, hey, there's a deal over here, at this store, and you don't even have to tell a person you can get them 10,000. You can say, what's the lowest you can take? What's the lowest you can take for all this stuff, man? And if they say, they might say 6,000, you know. So you got to have good negotiating skills. Like, well, I can get you $5,000. I can probably do five. Let me see what I can do. Can you do it for five? And then if he says yeah, then you put in a requisition order. You take pictures of all the stuff that's that they're selling. Things are good. If and then the brothers vote on it. Hey, I got this proposal. Brothers coming together. They have a certain amount of time to vote on it. To vote, and you know, uh, we move forward. We get the stuff. And then that brother, I mean, that can go into one of our stores. Those products can go into one of our stores. See how people can't compete? People cannot compete with you because you have a dedicated team of brothers. You have a dedicated team. You know, you need brothers to support your store. We also need our own security force. We also need our own security team. We need our own security team. And there's brothers that already have their own security companies. All of us need to learn how to protect ourselves, definitely. We need to learn how to protect ourselves, definitely. Because this, you already know why. I ain't even got to say why. You know what I mean? But we need to make sure that we're protecting ourselves, you know, at all costs. We need our own security force. Our security force is in charge of actually enforcing our rules and investigating certain things that go down in our community. They investigate. If a brother gets caught up in some cheating, or if there's an accusation of someone not being loyal to their whoever their mate. That is their job. Their job is also to we can have like different events. We can have like cookouts, or the fair. We can have our own fair. You know what I mean? And these brothers, their job is to protect these fairs. We can have events like concerts. We can invite these stars or whatever. These stars are for sale. We can invite them out to where wherever we're doing our thing at, and and you know this is the job of the security force. The security force, that is how they get paid. They also put on their own shows where they're part of. I mean, part of the organization is to monitor the security force, is to make sure that the security force can pay for itself, which means we throw concerts, we have we have we can they're also going to be in charge of protecting our businesses to make sure that our businesses are protected. That is their job. you know and that is what we're making sure that they're doing. I mean, that is something that they're going to be in charge of. They're going to be in charge of all those types of things. So, if in these police situations, they're going to be in charge of that too. You know, like if a police pulls one of us over, we'll have the security force. We'll be on the phone with the security force, and that's their job. Their job is to come down there and monitor the situation. Make sure that these police officers are handling the situation properly, and they can live stream the video, they can record the video. This is that's their job, to watch them and secure our neighborhoods. Secure our businesses, secure our neighborhoods. So you know that's what we do. We build. That's the beginning of how we move forward as black men. But I'm telling you, you know, we have to do this ourselves. Please don't borrow any money from anyone. Don't borrow any money from any women. Don't borrow any money from don't borrow any money from any women, man. This is something that we have to do ourselves. Please don't do that at all costs. It's 1 year, man. I'm asking you for 1 year of dedication. I'm really asking you for a lifetime of dedication, but it's gonna take a year to get us to the point where we can start making moves. There's brothers out. I mean, there's so many brothers out there, man. They were already ready, man. They're already ready, man. They have skills. They have all kinds of skills. A lot of these brothers could be working at our school and teaching, teaching us skills. I mean, at our trade school, we can be learning advanced building techniques. We can be learning advanced business techniques. I mean, we all are going to be required to take business courses at our school. That's a requirement. You're not, you can't graduate until you take that business course. We're not trying to teach people how to. We're not trying to teach brothers how to have jobs. If you want to be a journeyman and go on work for some company, whatever, that's cool. But you always have your business skills to fall back on. Something happens, whatever, you have the organization, and you have actual business skills to fall back on, you know. So I really want us to focus on those things, and also focus on educating our children, especially our sons. Like I said, if we don't do this, our sons will be begging white people for jobs. Well, just like we're out here begging people for jobs, our kids and our grandkids will be begging people for jobs. There's brothers who are already on the same page, man. We just got to step forward and show them. They're looking, they're out there, they're wandering the streets aimlessly. They need a direction, you know, and it's on us, man, to give them direction, man. They see us making moves, man. They see us making moves. Uh they're going to be they're going to be want to get down with that, even if they can't, join the. I mean, even if they can't actually donate any money. I mean, not donate, but invest any money. They still uh, they can still get on the 5 steps and still be a part of the organization, man. They just can't really reap the benefits, but they can take advantage of other things, you know, and you know they can still get their education, stuff like that. So but in order to do this, they're gonna have to do exactly what we did, which is wait an entire year, invest, show their loyalty, get out there and volunteer. They're gonna have to prove their loyalty. They have to prove that. Every black man is going to be required to prove it. There's no coming in and reaping the benefits of someone else's hard work. There's no coming in and just throwing money at the situation and being like, oh, I'm down with them. You have to volunteer. Everyone has to volunteer. Everyone. You know, I'd say 4 hours a day, but that's something that we can discuss. I mean, like I said, a lot of us just sit around and chill for 4 hours a day. So, with other black men. So in this case, we're going to actually be, making moves. We're going to be making stuff happen. We're still going to be chilling. We're still going to be kicking it together. You know what I mean? We're still going to be talking and, doing whatever. I mean, except we're not going to be on no drugs and shit. You know, it's very important that we don't be on drugs and stuff because, we can't end up in the criminal justice system, man. We cannot end up in the criminal justice system. And this is what they fear the most because they have been building jails like a motherfucker to put you in. And they need motherfucking black men to commit criminal acts so they can put their asses in jail. They need that, you know. I mean, how those jails are going to go out of business if they don't have black men to put in jails, So it's on you to bankrupt these motherfucking organizations by staying out of trouble. Do not smoke any weed. That is a crutch. And we are not going to be able to crutch our way out of this. We have to think our way out of this situation. We have to think our way out of it. No one's going to do that for you. That's why they sit around and say the black man is fucking dumb. He's dumb. He just doesn't get it. Even your own fucking woman thinks you're dumb. The black woman thinks you're dumb. She'll stand by your fucking side. She'll stand by your fucking side, but, you know, she doesn't respect you as a man. She doesn't respect us, you know. And I can be the token black man. I can be the king. I can be the king. I can be the king, but I'm not. I'm the exception. I'm not the rule. You know. I'm the exception to the rule. You know, we're gonna have to work within this system to overcome it. Anyway, black man, I know this was a long video, but please hit that link up and donate. I mean, not donate, but I mean, if you can donate something, that's cool too. You know, a lot of these women are dressing like fucking whores too, man. I need to fucking put this on the table. A lot of these women are dressing like whores, man. And y'all need to be careful of that because, you know, one thing they're going to do is they're going to take your attention off of what you should be doing and place it on them. They want your eyes on their ass at all times. So you, instead of doing what you have to do, you're fucking too busy focused on that ass. And yes, that ass looks fucking good and it looks amazing. You know what I mean? But forego the short term benefits, man. Forego the short term benefits. Anyway, know that this is a long video. Hit up the page, man. Go check out the page. You know, do your research into escrow accounts if you don't feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, just do your research. There's not I can't touch this money. Whatever money goes into this account, it's not like I can touch it, but anyone who puts their money into it has a vote and a say in what is to be done with this money, you know. And I've given us some ideas and some directions to take so that we can move forward in a positive direction. Any brother can always go off and on his own and do his own thing. If he wants to be a king, you know, if he wants to become Americanized, whatever, he can go off and do his own thing. But you know, he always has an organization. He always has, you know, a group of men that he can fall back on. You know, a network. Anyway, get on the 5 steps. On that note, I want to say peace.